Hi, this is LunaPienArt. On this channel, I provide analysis of the latest chapter of the original Japanese version of One Piece as a Japanese translator. Since I work with publishers as part of my translation job, I can only share videos about the newest chapters after their official release date on Mondays. I know this delay might mean many lose interest by the time the video is up, so I truly appreciate everyone who still takes the time to stop by and watch until now. That said, someone recently commented, just get to the One Piece content already. So today, I'll jump straight into it. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts as well. So let's get started. Chapter 1132 concludes with an excerpt from Louis Arnaud's adventures. As many of you know, his writings haven't appeared since the Little Garden arc. Within that earlier text, there's a key hint that could shed light on his identity, so let's take a closer look. To its residents, this island feels like a little garden. The Island of Giants, Little Garden. Let's call this land by that name. While Little Garden is known as the Island of Giants, it's actually a prehistoric island where dinosaurs roam. However, 102 years ago, the giant warrior pirates stopped by and Dory and Broggy began their duel. What's important here is that Louis Arnaud's visit to Little Garden likely took place less than 100 years ago, making it a relatively recent event in the context of One Piece history. This raises an intriguing possibility. He may have known Goldie Roger. Roger was born 77 years ago, and his period of adventuring overlaps with the time when Louis Arnaud likely recorded these travels. Here's my theory. Louis Arnaud is actually pseudonym for former member of the Roger Pirate. The book containing Louis Arnaud writing is titled Black Man. It could originally have been published under a different name. Take the story of Noland, for example. It's now widely regarded as the tale of Liar Noland, Usotsuki Noland in Japanese, a fabricated story. Similarly, it's possible that Louis Arnaud's adventure logs were altered by the world government, turning them into mere tall tales. Given the strange relationship between the world government and the giants, it makes sense that the world government manipulate information to discourage people from engaging with the giants. As always, I suspect that Louis Arnaud, labeled as an explorer, might originally have been Pirate Louis Arnaud, and the world government altered this to suit their narrative. One fascinating point is that Louis Arnaud named the prehistoric island Little Garden. This mirrors how Roger named the final island Rough Tail. The World Economic Journal in the latest chapter of the Shonen Jump includes the following passage. I'll show you here. This is the latest Shonen Jump and included this page here. World Economic News. Shortly before Luffy and his crew arrived, the red-haired pirates were also spotted in this area. It seems they share a deep connection with the giants. This connection with the giants likely stems from Shanks' time as a member of the Roger Pirate, when they presumably visited Little Garden. I believe that after Roger's death, someone from the Roger Pirate took on the name Louis Arnaud to carry forward Roger's will of ushering in the Great Pirate Era. By publishing their adventures under this pseudonym, they may have sought to inspire others to set out to sea. Here's another intriguing detail. If you rearrange the letters in Louis Arnaud, you get a lost ruin. This ruin could refer to Rough Tail itself. Perhaps the person behind the name Louis Arnaud was former member of the Roger Pirate, leaving a cryptic message meant only for those who could understand it. By the way, I've shared my thoughts about the character who appeared on the final page in this chapter, so be sure to check it out. I suspect it might be the person from the Roger Pirate. Now, let's analyze what might be the most intriguing part of this chapter. Why did Louis Arnold write that one must not stay in Elbaf for too long? Yeah, this could be the voice of readers eager to know One Piece's conclusion and feeling frustrated with the story pacing. Yeah, just kidding, of course. Seriously, popular theories suggest ideas like time flows slower in Elbaf. Yeah, have you ever heard? Yeah, in Japan, this is popular. And staying there causes giantification. There are interesting possibilities, but there's one major issue. Mother Carmel stays in Elbaf for 37 years, and during that time, she aged as expected and showed no sign of giantification. While it's possible that he had methods to counteract such effects due to her close relationship with the giants, their theories feel a bit overused. Instead, I'd like to introduce two theories that struck me more intuitively. First, Elbaf's land takes away the lifespan of its inhabitants for the gods. The second one is Elbaf is prone to massive natural phenomena, like Japan. I realize these may sound surprising, so let me break down step by step. As revealed in this chapter, Elbaf can broadly be divided into three layers: the Heavens Realm, the Sun Realm, and the Underworld Realm. While the Underworld and the Sun Realm have already been explored, the Heavens remain a mystery. I believe future developments in the story will inevitably take us there. Now, as you might have noticed, most of Elbaf's inhabitants seem to live in the Sun Realm. It's likely that Loki's birthplace, the castle, is situated somewhere in the middle of the giant tree. If even the king of Elbaf resides in the Sun Realm, then who lives in the heavens? I believe there are two possibilities. The first is the god of Elbaf resides there. Second, giants who win their way through doors are granted access to the heavens. This is the image I have in mind. Let's start with the assumption that the god of Elbaf resides in the heavens, and I'll build my theories from there. I believe this god controls the lifespan of the people of Elbaf. In the world of One Piece, the concept of soul exists. For example, it was revealed that Brook's ability activates when he dies and his soul reaches the underworld. At that point, his soul is depicted as descending from the heavens. This suggests that a system exists in the heaven of Elbaf capable of manipulating the souls of its inhabitants. Perhaps this idea even inspired Big Mom's soul stealing system, where she extracts lifespans from her subjects. The giants' lifespans said to be 3 times longer than those of humans, normal humans. Losing a small portion of their lifespan wouldn't significantly affect their lives. However, for ordinary humans, losing even 10 years would be substantial sacrifice. Like Pedro. This is likely why Louis Arnold issued his warning about staying in Elbaf for too long. But now we have one issue. So why were the children from Sheep's house able to live in Elbaf without issue? This was probably due to Carmel's power as the user of the Soul fruit, Soul no Mi. This devil fruit grants the ability to manipulate lifespans freely. By using this power, Carmel likely adjusted her own lifespan and that of the children to allow them to remain in Elbaf safely. It's even possible that she was taking lifespans from the children she sold to the world government. If so, it adds a chilling, almost horror-like layer to her story. By the way, the Great Elite currently has both Vegapunk and Kuma on board. Whether their bodies can fully recover remains a mystery for now. However, there's a chance that something related to their bodies and souls might occur in Elbaf Heavens. Now, the second possibility, natural phenomena in Elbaf. In Little Garden, Dory and Broggy's duel were guided by the natural phenomenon, volcanic eruptions, which they used as a signal to begin their battles. Dory even describes these eruptions as the judgment of Elbaf. This suggests that a similar tradition of using natural phenomena to start battles might exist in Elbaf as well. Here's the hypothesis I came up with. At a certain time, massive earthquakes strike Elbaf. These earthquakes act as a signal for the giants to begin their battles. The victor of these duels earned the right to ascend from the sun realm to the heavens, receiving the blessing of the gods, their gods. But why do I think earthquakes might serve as the signal? It's because of the particularly memorable scene. The depiction of a giant bear. Japan is famously prone to earthquakes, and recently there has been growing interest in the theory linking earthquakes to the behavior of bears. A study suggests that bears possess genes allowing them to detect low-frequency electromagnetic signals that occur before earthquakes. It's interesting. As a result, reports of aggressive bear behavior often spike in areas just before an earthquake strikes. Similarly, I suspect that the movement of that giant bear in Elbaf could signal the onset of the catastrophic earthquake. Once these battles begin, the giants would set aside their previous relationship and fight for honor. This would make Elbaf a living nightmare for ordinary human explorers, which is likely why Louis Arnold issued this warning. For those of you who follow this channel and Dusk channel, this might sound familiar, but I also suspect that Elbaf hides a route to Sky Island. I believe this route could be at the summit of High West. I went into more detail on this theory in my previous video, so if you have time, please check it out after this one. Finally, let's take a closer look at Sunstone. In this chapter, Broggy used the Sunstone to create a rainbow path that allowed to ship to across. In my previous video, I hypothesized that this stone might store sun energy, soul energy. While its extract mechanism hasn't been fully explained for now, it seems I wasn't far off. After all, rainbows appear when the rain stops and sunlight shines through. In Elbaf, waterfalls constantly flow from above. The sunstone seems to enable the creation of rainbows at any time. It's likely that Oda Sensei drew inspiration from prisms, transparent geometric objects that play a crucial role in reflecting light. When light passes through a prism, it's split into bands of red, orange, yellow, and other wavelengths, creating a spectrum that looks like a rainbow. Interestingly, there's a creepy character named Spectrum in One Piece. He was the manager of the hotel where Bellamy, the hopeless pirates who mocked dreams and the existence of Sky Island 2 years ago, once stayed. Ironically, Bellamy after reaches Sky Island by sacrificing his crewmate, like Saki's. This suggests he didn't use the knock-up stream, but instead traveled via the summit of High West, in Japanese, High West no Itadaki, which I suspect is located in Elbaf. As I mentioned earlier, if High West Summit is indeed in Elbaf, it's possible that Oda Sensei has already envisioned the connection between Elbaf, Sky Island, and rainbows from very early on in the story. One last interesting piece of information. Here, a fascinating detail I previously discussed on X. It might connect to the mysterious mineral Rouge possesses. In Rouge's River Card Gallery memo, there's an intriguing note. In his childhood, Rouge had same style as the residents of Skypiea. Additionally, he possesses a type of mineral that doesn't naturally exist in Sky Island. Could this be a hint to uncovering the mystery of Rouge? It's possible that the mineral Rouge possesses is a fragment of the Sunstone painter brought from Elbaf to Sky Island. After fighting Snack and Cracker in Whole Cake Island, Rouge has been heading toward the Baron Terminal. It's possible that he uses Painter, this fragment of Painter, to travel from Sky Island, or, as mentioned earlier, he might have traveled from Elbaf's Heavens to Sky Island. And currently, Luffy and his crew are likely in the farthest reaches of the New World. Do you think they will head straight into Laugh Tale? Yeah, I initially thought so. But considering Vivi sent Luffy a message through his wanted poster, there's a possibility he could join them. Alternatively, there's a chance she might be captured by the world government. If that happens, and it's possible to travel from Elbaf to Sky Island, the crew might use the route to reverse their path from the skies and down to Marijoa. However, such a turn of event would push the ending the One Piece even further into the future, so I think this is unlikely. And at the end of the Elbaf arc, it seems that Colon, who appeared in this chapter, had heard about Luffy from Shanks. Colon had dreamed of traveling with Shanks as a pirate, so he might end up pleading with Luffy to take him to the sea next, like Luffy asks Shanks. While he could fit the role of a pirate apprentice like Kaido, in the Rocks Pirates, considering how far along the story is, it seems unlikely that character introduced as late as chapter 1076 would officially join in the Straw Hat. Instead, he might join Hyruddin's new giant warrior pirate as a pirate apprentice aboard their ship, the Naglfar. Since Rhodes doesn't seem interested in becoming one of Luffy's subordinates, it's possible that Colon could take his place as a navigator in training for a pirate's crew. Alternatively, there's also the potential for a storyline where Colon promised to Luffy again as pirates someday. Similar to the relationship between Shanks and Luffy. Alright, so in this video, the focus ended up being more on my theories rather than explaining the nuance of Japanese language. That's because this chapter had so many thoughts-provoking elements worth analyzing. As for the Japanese language explanation, I plan to share you on my Patreon page at a later date. I'll also make this article available to free members until chapter 1133 is officially released. So feel free to check out my page. Okay, see you next time.